Hello, Mr. Viewers, and welcome back to another episode of The Last Door. Mwahaha. Anyway, today we're gonna start with an apology. Yeah, I'm sorry about the audio quality in most of these videos, and in this one. I've got a slightly different reason for this one, and slightly better too. So this, let's see. Um, uh, don't look at that one. I'm actually surprised it was there. Anyway, so yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I was really, it's actually weird how much this series has evolved because I've been kind of sporadic about it. It kind of requires me to have a large block of time set aside, and I want to actually feel like doing it because if I'm not happy, then you guys are probably not happy. Um, and so I basically so the series started. I think I recorded the first episode on the second day of my channel, which is weird. Anyway. I put a thing in the first video. Hopefully you noticed, and I do apologize. And this video's audio is gonna be fairly bad as well, but this time it's because I don't have access to the same setup that I used for the last video. Anyway, again, apologies. Let's continue now. Previously on the last door. Oh shoot, I skipped it. Sorry. I mean, I guess for you guys it was just yesterday, so you can go back and watch the video or whatever. For 3 days you must wait. So I actually remember this episode a lot more than I do the other ones, and the next one, because I think part of it is because alone amongst these dead stones. I think part of it is because it's so the environments are really different from what you normally see. Um, Only then will you be ready. Hold on, is that recording? Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Alright, yeah. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Bum-bum-bum-ba. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure. Um, to enter the last door. To complete your journey, Mr. Ashdown. Here we have. So yeah, these intros were actually the place where my voice was the worst in those videos, which is not good because I like these intros and I kind of felt like they were a good place to talk. I don't know. Maybe I'll do like subtitles or something. I don't know. I'll need to actually have um, uh, good video editing skills. Hell, maybe if I ever open a Patreon and get to a certain number of patrons, I'll pay someone to localize, to not localize, to edit subtitles into the spots of my old videos that aren't I just wanna. All right, it is tracking what I say. I'm weirdly concerned that is. Look, I mean, can you blame me? There've been so many audio problems here. Um, tick tock, tick. I think I can remember. Oh yeah, the last man, that last video, that last it's been a while since I think, well, relatively speaking, I think it's been more than a week, I think, since I recorded this. This terrible screech. So I think this is the guy, but it was not that of an animal. There was something human in it. desperate cry for forgiveness. Oh, and for those of you who are wondering, escaping. Okay, that's an oddly specific subtitle. Oh, he escaped. I thought he was gotten killed. I love it when this game uses blackness just to. If you can't hear, he's like panting and breathing. Oh yeah, and if you, in case you're wondering, I did pull up the walkthrough this time. Oh wow, he is. I just love how they sparingly, but they use blackness. I mean, okay, so he jumped into some sort of water. So he was running from that monster that freaked the hell out of me when I last played game. So he is, and also this is probably what would have happened. He's in the dark, stumbling around, and just jump in the water. Found me on the beach, unconscious, clutching the piece of wood that had saved me from drowning. When at last I awoke, a letter was waiting on my table. Lieber Weichfeld, I write this letter in my last moments of lucidity. I have not received a word from you since I regained consciousness, but I am confident that you will soon return with information that is crucial to our investigation. The bravery that you demonstrated in the face of these latest discoveries is worthy of my most sincere admiration. I must now ask you for yet more courage. The doctors were unable to determine the cause of my sudden illness, nor have they found a cure. I have not much time left. My greatest regret is that I must abandon you to the difficult tasks that lie ahead. I implore you to persevere, now that we are so close to finding an answer. The professor's documents were filled with references to a place of dark legend, the Crone Meadan, an ancient sanctuary on the island of Ellis Moor. I'm probably butchering those names. Please forgive me. The exact location of the Crone Meadan has been lost, but the professor believed that its secrets may explain why his experiments met with such disastrous results. You must find this place, mein Freund. I do not need to remind you to exercise the utmost discretion. I have complete trust in you. Oh no, is he dead? I actually don't remember. Oh no, not Johan. Oh, hashtag justice for Kaufman. Oh, that's sad. That's sad. I actually forgot about that. I actually thought we were going to be playing as Kaufman. It's been a while. Kaufman gone, I found myself lost. My life suddenly devoid of meaning. It was as though my friend had written in a letter to a person who no longer existed. Weeks passed, maybe months. I did not count the time. The day came when I realized there was no other option. To honor my friend's memory, I had to keep looking. I had to find Jeremiah Devitt. Yeah. Also, hashtag justice for Benny and hashtag justice for Clerval and justice for Barb, wherever he was. If you don't know who Clerval is, stick with me and I'll tell you sometime. Presumably when I do the Wanderer Frankenstein's creature. I can see the island in the distance. Ellis Moor. I love the pixel art. I just love it. The colors are so good, and it manages. I mean, you've seen how I reacted. Oh, then again, I'm still a huge wuss when it comes to this stuff. I am never playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Although, considering my propensity from promises, it'll be like the next Halloween video. Although that's not true because I decided today, or next Halloween series. That's not true. Though I decided today to do not Vampire the Masquerade, Bloodline. That's probably gonna be my real time. I don't do it in advance. It's gonna be Dr. Decker because I actually finished. I'm recording this a couple hours after I finished recording the oh, what's it called? Sorry, the Hey, listen more. Thank you very much. The Dark Knight, the Poe and Monroe video, which should be out. That series should actually start a couple days after this one is public. It should start on the 11th of October. Thank you very much. Walk, walk, walk. Listen more. According to Kaufman's letter, the legendary Crone Maiden can be found here. As Kaufman emphasized, I was exercising discretion. For all we know, the playwright is watching. Talk to this guy. Can we just leave? I would love it. When will you be back? Tomorrow at first light, probably. I'll be delivering supplies in the mail. I will see you then. As you wish, Dr. Wakefield. Oh boy. Considering what's going to happen, that's interesting. But we'll talk about that later. Good evening. Visiting? Visiting. I hope you enjoy your stay. Good evening, Ben. Alright, same thing. Whatever. Hey ladies. Good evening, my name is Wakefield. I have just arrived on the island. You ought to speak with Lord Dunnan, then. I beg your pardon? Lord Dunnan, you should see him. Good evening. Welcome to Elis Moor. Yeah. Are you okay, dude? Are you drunk? Are you an opium addict? Excuse me. A visitor. Visitors are most welcome on Elis Moor. Yes, they are. Yeah, right. Same thing. Honestly, sometimes the repeating thing, as much as I complain about them, as long as just saying the same thing, I feel like it kind of works in some context for horror games. Looks like the gate's been broken for some time now. Let's see what we got here. Locked door. That's unfortunate. An abandoned wheel. Peculiar cog is attached to it. Based on the cog's workmanship, it looks like that it was a pair of a complex industrial Based on the cog's workmanship, it looks like it was part of a complex industrial mechanism, but someone has tried to fit it crudely onto that broken bicycle wheel. How on earth did it come to be in a village like this? This shithole village. Oh, I had to be careful with my swears because my grandparents are still here. Did that magically unlock the Poem Monroe video is going to come out later. I'm in the same condo as my grandparents. In a room by myself. The wisdom of silence. Oof. I sorry. First John of the night. I actually living in. I'm living in my grandparent in the same thing as my grandparents. Excuse me, are you Mr. Wakefield? I am. I have a message from Lord Dunnan. Lord Dunnan? To our most recent visitor, Mr. Wakefield. Wakefield. I'm still pronouncing it like Kaufman. No, Kaufman. It's customary on Alice Moore to welcome strangers with hospitality. I should be honored if you would accept this invitation to join me at my manor for dinner and amiable conversation. Sorry. My new friend, Lord Dunnan. It's funny that this thing that this reminds me of. Oh, another map. The thing that this reminds me of actually is for some reason Game of Thrones when what's his face the Theon Greyjoy goes back to the Iron Islands. I can see the hills with the light of dusk. Oh yeah, so I bet again which is gonna come up later in the Poe and Monroe video. But the faint smell of fish and potatoes is drifting through the shutter. This smells slightly rotten. I'm gonna mention this in the Poe and Monroe video, but I started reading a book called Hyde, which is kind of a Gregory Maguire style. It's not written by Gregory Maguire. It's called Hyde, and it's as you can probably guess, it's a retelling of Jekyll and Hyde from Mr. Hyde's perspective, and they actually make him pretty sympathetic. Not like actually a good guy, but sympathetic at least. So yeah, it's worth it. I would, if it sounds interesting to you, I'd look into it. So wait, okay. I don't really know what I did, but well, Dr. Wakefield, you are here on holiday then? Yes, indeed. I have come to enjoy a rest somewhere, far from the stresses of city life. I see. Well, if it's distractions you've come looking for, you've chosen the right time of year for it. These days we celebrate a very special tradition of our kin. Something unique. We call it the Festival of Reunion. Fascinating. May I ask, what does it entail? According to tradition, for the next 3 nights, the spirits of reunion leave the confines of the other side and roam the hills of Alis Moor. We wear costumes and masks so that the spirits will not recognize us and make us targets of their mischief. Certain rites take place too, but I shall not bore you with the details. You shall have occasion to see for yourself. Well, that's kind of ominous. Thank you for your invitation. Oh, my sincere thanks for your warm welcome. You need not thank me. I simply observe our traditions. Yeah. Exotic blend of black tea. Not statue of a person. It is so eroded by the passage of time, it is difficult to tell any specific detail. Let's see what we got. There are 2 engraved panels on the wall. They appear to be ancient, but I cannot decipher their meaning. Yeah. Alright. Snakes. Odd mosaic adorns the floor. It depicts 2 snakes biting each other. Alrighty. Gotta go. Oh, here we go. Okay, never mind. These panels on the wall represent a classical theme. I cannot seem to place it. They are the panels of the first king of Alis Mord. In the days of the Druids, we worshipped the great god Lu, and our kings did right by those beliefs. So this is like Celtic mythology, which is interesting. Yeah. I mean, a lot of, going back to the thing I mentioned in the first video, the first season 2 video, a lot of Celtic gods got like turned into saints when Christianity kind of came in, so they could, as a way of assimilating. Resistance is futile. Well, I cannot help noticing this remarkable mosaic. It looks authentic. Yes, it is. Although some historians might disagree, we believe that this manor was built atop an ancient Roman villa. I mean, it does have a Roman vibe, so I'll give them that. In our traditions, the double serpent represents a sentinel that protects us from the terrible threat within itself. I like how you have to notice them before you can ask about them. The statue is remarkable. May I ask what it represents? That is Lu Lamfada. That's my best guess. I'm sorry. A hero and high king of our myths. You seem to be knowledgeable about Alis Moor's folklore. I should very much like to learn about the island's history in more detail. It's a shame that, pagan beliefs always get wrapped up in spooky evilness. It's true that we in Alis Moor cleave to the ancient traditions. We haven't lost touch like some of those in the mainland. But I am no expert. If you are really interested, you should talk to Miss Foster. Please forgive my indiscretion. But do you consider yourself a religious man, Dr. Wakefield? Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna go with no. It kind of strikes me as non-religious. It might just also be that I'm not religious. I don't know. No, I do not. You seem so certain. Might I ask why? Honestly, I'm not gonna say man of science, just because he's seen so many things that are not scientific. As a scholar of the human mind, I consider religions to be nothing more than social artifacts of a designed to influence ideologies. Yeah, I can see that. Yes, I have come to understand that reality sometimes overcomes our ability to understand it. Going back to what I said in what I think I said in the last video about the about Lovecraftian and Bowian madness being a kind of a reverting back to the old ideas of how madness is caused. I see. Let us take a walk by the lake. There we can see the beauty of the island as we talk and be the better for it. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure this guy is evil or something. But right now, hasn't really said anything that sounds super evil. Not that I can remember off the top of my head, but again, I might be forgetting something. The marsh in this valley is for simpletons, a wellspring of frightful tales. The educated among us enjoy the tales as little more than distractions, knowing us safe from these visions. We know these stories to be nothing but superstition. But how can we be so sure that in the dense mist that emanates from the stagnant water, we may not find passages to other worlds? For instance, the world through the last door. What if the wails that drift from the reeds in the darkest of nights are the songs of those from our worst nightmares? I kind of just realized I might be doing a voice based on the Master of Whispers, again from Game of Thrones. Many of the gods that men worshipped for millennia now lie buried in the common grave of oblivion. Layers more we keep our traditions alive, or they change just as times do. But they always keep their essence. These are our roots, Doctor. Yeah, I must now take my leave. My presence is required to start the rites of reunion. Feel free to continue your walk on your own. The village can be found just beyond those hills. As I mentioned earlier, you may wish to speak to Miss Foster. She is something of a resident expert on Alis Moore's history. She can often be found working late at the school, the building right across from the quay. It has been a pleasure meeting you. Farewell, Dr. Wakefield. It has been a pleasure, Lord Donnan. Come on, where's the melodrama? And where's the deep, gravelly man whose voice says I can make? Not barrel, I stranded on the shore. A painted label reads mineral oil. It is sealed. Well, bust it open then. Come on, you got fingernails. What are they for? The marsh is murky and dark. Let's see. Oh, hey. I thought I was going now, whatever. Hey, there's someone to talk to over here? Oh, boy. People in animal masks. Never a good thing in this game. Excuse me. Hello, my name is Wakefield. Hi. What are you drawing on the ground? It's a symbol, not a drawing. A symbol? What does it mean? It's the final truth that'll protect us from the marsh dwellers. But we're not allowed to say its name out loud. The marsh dwellers? Who are they? They're scary. My Aunt Kathleen says they're really bad people. You'd never see them, but you'd hear them in the reeds. They try to take you in there with them. That's why we can't come here alone. We always have to take someone with us. Come on. There we go. I must go now. Goodbye. In case you couldn't tell, I'm not actually using my mouse right now, because again, I don't have a desk. Oh well. Hold on, I want to explore the rest of this room. Whee! Click, 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 click. Hey, what's this? Broken old fence. Thanks, Wakefield. That's his name, right? Look, his name's not really important here. Alright, now we're gonna see what's up there. Although I actually wonder if it's the other. Wait, also, what was the achievement? Seems so certain. Oh, Alright, yeah, I already had that one. Oh boy, I remember this. Man, it's got its own custom pixel art. You know it's important. A huge hole lies in front of me. An ominous, chilling draft issues from within that sends shivers down my spine and makes me very uneasy. To a superstitious mind, it might seem like a passage to another world. I've also started watching Laments in the Deep. That is like the best subtitle ever. Best closed caption ever. This place appears to be the remnants of an ancient temple to some unknown deity. Um, I also watched the first episode of Lovecraft Country, which is really good so far. I've kind of described the premise as it would make H.P. Lovecraft spin in his grave, and that's a good thing. Because I haven't read any Lovecraftian stuff, but it seems like it's trying to take what makes Lovecraft work and actually use it against his own racist ideas. Like like racist is almost too nice of a, like, he was like absurdly racist. Even for the time, people were like, all of the villages are gone. Anyway, yeah, so go check it out. And I kind of wish it had been set in Jim Crow. Not in Jim Crow. I kind of wish it had been set in more contemporary times rather than Jim Crow, but because just as a way of making a commentary on more modern race relations. On the other hand, it does seem to be more of an accurate and definitely a more harsh take on the time than something like Green Book. Like it's not just there's a it's not just people there's segregation of people. It's like people are these cops are gonna kill these main characters. So yeah, it's good. And it's got some great horror, great tension and all that. So yeah, check it out. My bottle's floating in the water. It's caught in the seaweed just out of reach. I think there's something inside. I had to fish that fish. Too far. Dude, come on. You can't wade like a couple feet in the water. Would that offend your delicate English? Whoa, what's that? Lag? Is that lag? I don't know. Would that offend your delicate Englishman sensibilities? Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's see. I might have to break out the old walkthrough. But first, let's go to the manor. Is it just? Oh, yeah. Haven't been to here. This seems to be Athena, goddess of wisdom, war, and the arts. She's dressed in armor, seemingly ready for war. The statue appears to be very old. Its appearance suggests that it could date back to ancient Rome. Well, if this is so old that you can't recognize it, how can you know that that's Athena? Could have been Minerva. It's gonna be locked. Knew it. The door is locked. The manor appears to be dark and empty. It was a dark and empty night. The noise of the swing, being moved by the wind, is the only thing breaking the silence. Mill wheel stuck. I love it when they just describe stuff like this. It is a safety bicycle. I still do not understand how they manage to keep balance with such small wheels. It's quite new, but its chain is broken. Hey, this could be useful. I might find a way to fix the chain. Can I combine these two things? No. Oh, wow. Let's see. Mood wheel. Something is preventing it from spinning. Nope. Chain. I do not see how that would help. I would actually be curious to know what methodology they use to decide when to actually write a line that explains why, or that mentions that it wouldn't help, rather than, oh yeah, just put an X there. A strange mechanism runs from the mill's wheel shaft into the building. It seems to be lacking a small piece. Probably way too big. Well, this is smaller and thinner. I don't know if this would. Oh wait, hold on. What is this? What does it say this is? Oh, I think we have to get the mill starting and then put the chain in that mill to like press it again, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, Kieran's playroom is written on the door. Hand-painted letters. The door is locked. Huh. I actually wonder why the sound of like children singing can be so spooky, you know. Like there's the classic little I guess I'm not singing, but the classic little girl laughing noise, mill wheel. Okay. There's something I'm missing. I like how again I kinda like how primal this kind of feels. Obviously with the exception of this manor. Um let's see. Back to the village maybe? Wind through grass. Wind through the grass. Oh hey, this wasn't open before. Mist in the wind. Like something is brewing about to be. And this video is demonetized. Flipping through it. Oh boy. That is a hooded cloak given a prayer. Besides, that candle provides dim light. I can make out a statue of a hooded man. I can also hear someone whispering. No, I can't die yet. Not without knowledge. Yeah, that's pretty much what I would be like. This is so terribly unthinkable to truly understand the gods. How can we live only on faith? No, shut up. Knowledge is what I pursue, not faith or assumptions. Nor assumptions, sorry. No man can face death believing there is nothing on the other side. I can. Yes, you are right. Now I understand. I would rather there be nothing on the other side than have people face eternal torment for something that is not, well, one, not even in the Bible. Hell is not really in the Bible, and two, is very, like eternal torment for breaking arbitrary rules. Epitaph on this gravestone is written in Gaelic. The shadows cast by the lanterns only making the characters more mysterious. Let's see. In the middle of the graveyard stands an old alder tree, which the locals call a fiannog. Many lanterns hang from it. I do not know for what purpose. Probably they're supposed to represent the spirits or whatnot. I don't know. These guys there's a lot of guys in animal masks. There were people in pictures in I think episode 3 of season 1. There were then there was the play in episode 1 of season 2. Man hides his face behind a fox mask. He remembers something in unison with the others. A muted prayer I cannot quite make out. The man, his face surrounded by a wolf mask, stands in the middle. There's something familiar about him. The man hides his face behind a deer mask. He murmurs something in unison with the others. A muted prayer I cannot quite make out. I can't move. Dropping. Digging. I believe there are burying mirrors in the hole in the ground. What a peculiar tradition. I mean, so far, yeah, it's odd, but it's not anything sinister. I mean, the guy in the mausoleum seemed pretty sinister, but yeah. I already looked at him. Man hides his face behind a deer. Okay. The woman hides her face behind a badger mask. She remembers something in unison. Okay, same thing. Let's see. What do we got? Hey! It's open. Is there anything in here? Trash bin filled with papers. There's a drawing on one. Yeah, he had a Cole Phelps ability. Oh boy. This is a child's drawing. Seems to be a village, a lake, and some sort of... It's a dragon, dude! You haven't heard of dragons? Open, letting a chilly draft inside. Good evening. To what do I owe the pleasure? I'm a busy woman, as you can see. My name is Dr. Wakefield. I've come to Ellismore to rest for a while. Lord Dunnan said I might find you here. Have you met Lord Dunnan? It's been so long since I have seen him here in the village. I hope he is well. Kiad Mile Fali, Dr. Wakefield. Welcome to Ellismore. I'm sorry. So you've not seen Lord Dunnan lately? As far as I know, no one has seen him since. Well, it's been a few weeks. Now that the festival has started, maybe he'll be motivated to join us in the village. Something happened a few weeks ago? Oh, sure, it was truly terrible. Kiara and his only child disappeared without a trace. He went off to play in the hills and just vanished. No one has seen him since. Good Lord! And you say he has not been found yet? How is that possible? We all searched the island, but he was nowhere to be found. What can you tell me about Kieran's disappearance? Just that he was a restless child who loved exploring deserted areas. You might learn more from his classmates. His desk was in the back corner. What can you tell me about this curious festival? Well, it takes place when the constellation Reunion is visible in the sky. On those nights, dark things and spirits ride the winds that travel across the hills. As you may have already seen, at sunset the villagers don masks. They do this so that the spirits will not know them or carry them away to the depths of their underground caves. There was a group of masked people at the graveyard. Was that part of the festival? Yes, that was one of the first rites of the reunion, a very important one. As I said, people dress up to protect themselves from those that will come. But this is not enough. Since the mirrors they have looked into while changing know their identities, they bury them next to the old Fianog. The roots of this tree grow in both worlds at the same time, so they can keep the witness mirrors safe. Lord Dunnan said you are an expert on the island's folklore. He said that, did he? Well, I wouldn't call myself an expert now, but I've lived here in Adismore longer than most, and I've heard my fair share of stories about the other side and its people. May I ask you a question, Miss Foster? Yes, of course. Do you know the meaning of the word Kronmaiden? Yes, it is a very unusual word, very much indeed. The Kronmaiden is the sanctuary of the Crooked One. It is a cursed place, a dwelling of the devil. Or do you mean the Satan, the adversary? Yes, I know I'm beating a dead horse, but the Satan is not the same thing as the devil. The Satan originally was a prosecuting attorney, a devil's advocate in the court of heaven. Anyway, I recall it from the tales I heard as a child. Of course, our elders only made up those tales to scare us and protect us from harm. Would you tell me the story of the Maiden? All right. There's a hole there's a hole in the ground up in the hills, not too far from the village. A hole so dark and deep you'll not see the end. Folks around here believe there lies an old serpent at its depths, ravenous for flesh, the crooked one. Long ago our ancestors threw livestock into the pit in the hope of placating the crooked one's hunger. Sorry. Though that tradition has not been practiced for some time, so perhaps it would be best if you do not approach the hole. It is said that the last heir of the Lightkend once defied a crooked one by approaching the rim with an iron amulet in her hand. The general knowledge that beings from the other side detest iron, so the cursing and the shouting of the young Lightkend received no immediate answer. But a few nights later, the Yansend house was consumed in a horrific blaze. Where have I seen that before? Putting an end to the old family. I must leave now. It has been a pleasure. The pleasure was mine. Enjoy your time on Alis Moor. That was some interesting stuff. They'll dance around the burrow they'll sing. It's cold as inside is winter. Don't get too close. Don't get too close or else they'll pull you in. So I'm guessing the one with the, oh boy, it's a Rorschach test. Paper with black circles painted on it. Gimme. Oh, wow. There's some kind of worm screw inside, and maybe an insect beside it, and some drawings engraved on the desk. I will take the drive with me. It may prove itself useful. Alright. Screw and chain. This and that. No. Okay. A shelf of handmade books with unfamiliar titles, most of them concern strange rites. A picture of a slender woman, apparently a goddess, wearing a black dress and having a murder of crows around her. It is signed with the name Badab-Katha. This is probably a coincidence, but it kind of reminds me of Baba Yaga. Again, I think I mentioned this in the Poe and Monroe video. Oh, hey, shortcut, sweet. But I've been watching. I might have mentioned this earlier in this video. I don't know. As soon as I say the thing on the show, I forget about it. But what was I gonna say? Oh wow, I thought this was another shortcut. The So I was watching. I watched movies with Mikey's video on John Wick 3, so it's kind of been on my mind recently. An empty doghouse. Nothing has slept here in many years. Ugh. An old rowboat filled with stale water. Is that blood? Something's sticking out of the water. Let's get it. A worn-out umbrella. Doesn't look like it will rain anytime soon, but there might be a purpose for it. He's got the Cole Phelps ability to decide what's relevant to the case or not. No matter the strength of the structure, all things succumb to time. But whether it's my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Hey, if that tangent annoyed you, just be glad I didn't recite the whole poem on you. If you actually want to hear the whole poem, let me know. What I don't know. Maybe I should record a video of me just reciting it and then just put it up as like for newcomers. Anyway, no matter the strength, but whether it was the ages or something else that ravaged this place, I cannot say. Sorry. And I'm singing the Jaws theme for some reason. I think this is the shortcut I was thinking about. Alright. So I've got a decent amount of stuff. Where was I think it was in the hills? The playhouse? Oh hey, can I ask the classmates about Kieran? I think I can. Okay. Excuse me. Were you Kieran's friend? He was nice, but he didn't want to play much. He was mostly for going in the hills by himself. Was Kieran not scared of the marsh dwellers? No, he said he had seen them and they were not as scary as Aunt says. I think that is why they took him. You think the marsh dwellers took him? Yes, for sure. Before he disappeared, he said he had found a treasure, a disc with a beautiful drawing. He took it from the old house in the hills. Maybe the marsh dwellers wanted it. Huh. Let's go now. Goodbye. Farewell. This is the totally not ominous gaping hole in the ground. Huh, I wonder if I can get the bottle for using the umbrella. I don't know, let's find out. A broken old fence. Village. In here. Seashore. Umbrella. Hey, that actually worked. A paper is rolled up inside the bottle. Gods remain silent as the fog settles. We may look for the king beyond the clouds, but find the queen with a fiery crown. For some reason, when they said queen with a fiery crown, I just thought of the sun. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't know why I thought of that. Alrighty, so I have a bottle. Screw this bottle. Screw this drawing. Screw this chain. Screw everything. Let's see. Um, Shoot, now I can't find. Was it in the mansion? He was the Lord's son, right? So was he just like hallucinating the Lord? Or not? Ha. Alrighty. Got some things to try. Nope. Oh, hey. Come on, dude. Now you're just messing with me. Um. Let's see. Oh, maybe it's the screw. Aha! Screw this mill wheel. Use a chain on the mill wheel. Okay, never mind. Now the water wheel is working. Try saying that 5 times fast. Now the water wheel is working. Now the water wheel is working. I guess it's not. So, sun and... What is this drawing again? Oh, yeah. Maybe I should show it to someone. Oh, wow. Again, lag. Hold on. Oh, doesn't look like the encoding's overloaded. Frame rate's fine, so. Cog on the wheel. Does not need another cog. Well, yeah, I didn't know that then. The chain is still broken. Okay, so I need to fix the chain somehow. Swing. Huh, oh wait. I'm gonna go back to the hills. See if I can use the bottle on the in the water. No, oh, come on, dude. Then why do you walk over there like you're gonna use it? Why can you even walk all the way over there? I don't know. So what's the barrel of? Mineral oil. So I need to open. I'm guessing I need to find something sharp enough to open the mineral oil, and then or to open the barrel, and then use the bottle to collect the oil. Let's see, but I don't know how to do that. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to the village. I don't want to use the walkthrough unless I'm really stuck. Um, whose gravestone is this? Oh yeah, it's the Gaelic one. Duh. Here, do any of you guys know anything about this? Any of you guys seen a dragon before? I don't know what a dragon is. Let's see. Change the bottle in that? No. It's a doghouse? Okay, so it's a dogless doghouse. Hmm. Let's see. Alright. Walkthrough time. Um. Okay. Well, this said something. Let's see. Alright, gotta go to the hills. And do something else that I know, but I'm not telling you guys. Cause it's a surprise. Alrighty, into the hills. I actually should have thought of this earlier. I mean, I tried the same things, just on people who it didn't really make sense to show it to. I found this drawing at the school. Is it yours? That? No, Kieran painted it a long time ago. The drawing is Kieran's. There could be a clue here of his whereabouts. Is this the village? Yes, and wait, hold on. That's a different color. Yes, and the phantom tree in the graveyard. The tree gives me the chills these nights. On reunion, they got them little lanterns on it, and they look like evil eyes staring into you. What is this? That's the burrow of the hill. Wait, hold on. It's that one up there, but you can't get too close. The crooked one sleeps on the bottom. What are these buildings? Oh no, never seen them before. What is this? That's the crooked one. They say the villager defied it, and the next day her house was burned to the ground. Yep. Again, similar to the guys from the last video, the manor guy. See if it was the crooked one paying her back. That's the house where Kieran found the treasure. Do you know how to get to there? Sure, it's easy. Ha! Thank you, kiddo. And thank you. Who's the guy who wrote the walkthrough? Let me pull it up. Skydiving L. Thank you, Skydiving L, for helping me with that. You kept this video from being even longer than it would have been otherwise. Whee! That's the wrong way. Yeah, I know it's a broken old fence. And I know I told you to tell me, but I don't, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't have to have you tell me. A wicked statue sporting a pair of animal horns. The twigs look fresh. Hold on, before I go in there. This must be the house the child was telling me about. Kieran was here just before his disappearance. A mailbox. The envelope is very old. It is stamped returned and there is a letter inside. My dear cousin, I am doing poorly. I would ask that you not call upon me here at Aylesmore. Not now, not ever again. Please keep grandmother's ring. I believe she would have wanted you to have it. Yours faithfully, Brigid. That's a very Germanic name. I guess English is a Germanic language, but it's also mostly French. So something else in the envelope. A ring. Yeah, she mentioned a ring, an iron ring. Oh yeah, they don't like iron. Alright, this game. I mean, it's funny how I try everything because this game again doesn't really have a lot of moon logic puzzles. So honestly, most of the times I look stuff up, it was just to shorten the time I spent. It was because of my dumbassery, not the game's fault. Let's see. A metal trapdoor seems to lead to some sort of basement. Oh boy. Because we all know how good basements are in these types of games. And those are crows, I think. Are they? I think this basement might have once housed a library. It looks like it was not as burned as badly as the rest of the house. No, not the books! Remains of the books, scorched by the fire. Most of the pages are ashy or blackened, so the text is illegible. I am very particular about documents being burned. I cringed every time I watch Hamilton, or well, the time I watched Hamilton. If you've seen the show, on Disney Plus or whatever, you know you know what I'm talking about. A common carpenter's brace. A tool like this would be used for drilling holes in wood. Could be useful later. What is this? Oh. Yeah, I also when I play Tyranny, I'll actually put a link to the Tyranny video before. It's very choppy. Video quality is really bad, but I do say some interesting things, I think, or at least vaguely. I got more upset about a burned library than I did about other people's lives, which is probably not a good. Probably not. I mean, I did get sad about people's lives, obviously, but I also am sad about books. An ornate chest, its inside untouched by the fire. It was probably opened long after the Inferno died down. There was a diary inside, signed Brigid Leitchend. Several places towards the end are missing. 7th August 1801, so that's almost a century before this game starts. Um, Words cannot express the gratitude that I feel for Aunt Marie's bequest. May her dear soul rest in peace. This house is just what I needed to still my nerves after the exhausting pace of life in Dublin. 10th September 1801. I would not have thought to find such a remarkable library hidden away in the basement. It includes several magnificent tomes on the most picturesque customs of our land. 33rd September 1801. I found Aunt Mare's diaries next to an odd iron disc, but the contents of the diaries were appalling. What could have happened to that dear old Mare would write such things? The damnable place that she speaks of. I must know if it really exists. I'm resolved to investigate our family's crypt. It would be prudent to wait until dusk before traveling to the Northern Cape, so as to not be seen. 25th September 1801. The abbey was in such a state of decay that it was nearly impossible to find a mural painting in the dark. Fortunately, a dim light happened to shine through a gap in the wall, illuminating the face of the sentinel. I believe Aunt Mare's iron disc is needed to open the secret passage. 10th of October. That, ironically, the 10th of October should be the day the last video of the series comes out. Is this the legacy of the late Send? I can stand to bear it no longer. Fire will put an end to this blasphemy and cleanse the land of our family's curse. And should the fire prove insufficient, may this testimony serve as a warning. Well, that sounds like a lovely person, who I definitely would not hate to be around at every second. This late Send must have found something abhorrent in the family's crypt. I could find out what it was. I may learn more about Kronmierden. My intuition tells me that I must act tonight, or else it will be too late. I mean, honestly, normally I would be like, yeah, whatever. Except, again, if seeing what I see in this game, I can kind of understand why people would put their faith in supernatural, because this is a world where the supernatural exists, unlike the real world. Come at me, scrub lords. Not really. I don't really want to argue. I mean, I know plenty of people who. I mean, most people I know believe in the supernatural. Looks like some sort of makeshift bed. Was Karen sleeping in this terrible, lonely place? Yeah, it sounds. I mean, kind of. Yeah, it also sounds like an adventure. There's something beautiful about ruins to me. I know that sounds terrible, but like, there's just something I don't know, interesting and fascinating about them. They're kind of a here's one thing I'll say about them. They're kind of a meeting point between the natural and the artificial. You know, they're almost the best of both. And there's a burning wicker man. They're kind of a who burned it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. They're kind of a meeting point between the again, natural and the artificial. You know, they're these natural buildings that are then falling into disrepair. Nature's reclaiming them, and also nature has an influence on the way they fall into disrepair. Oh yeah, the statue is burning. Who did this? Yeah, who did? How dare they? I mean, I think it's just yeah. The again, if it, out of context, this would be like yeah, whatever. Someone went and lit a wicker on fire. Wicker man, old Abbey. Another Booker. Booker's statue stands like a silent god. His presence makes me uncomfortable, as though I had trespassed on forbidden grounds. You can always leave. Actually, no, I won't let you. I have to finish this. I would love it if there was, after all this, there's one Wicker statue, and he's like, alright, peace, I'm done. This was the old Amy that Brigid Laidson described in her diary. Could the Kronmieden be here? Brigid mentioned a dim light, but I see only darkness. Well, I can see a lot. I don't know what's wrong with your eyes, but you should probably have them checked. I know. I'm just a pedantic smartass. The dome appears to be Roman in origin. It's better condition than the other ruins. Yeah, Roman had a weird relationship with Britain. You know, it was the farthest reaches of the empire, and I think they abandoned it relatively early during the fall of the Western Empire. Um, but I'm not a super big Rome expert. I'm not really an expert on anything. I will say that I was especially interested in Rome when I was younger. I still am interested. So the ring was a requirement for something. Uh no. Oh hey, this race. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. But I will say hey, it's not on fire. I will say that this copper thing is probably what I need to unlock the hills. Uh, Out of curiosity, I want to see how much. Oh wow, I've already been going for over an hour. Actually, kind of lose track of time when I do these. I was surprised that well, I was kind of surprised that the first video, sorry, the last video took almost 2 hours. Got a hole drilled. Nice. Now that there's a hole in the barrel, I just pushed the bottle in a bit, and I managed to fill it with oil. Yay! Alrighty. I did not think any of that would work, but you know, I might as well try. Um. Okay. What the? Where'd they go? Just drawing of some sort of spiked circle. Is it the sun or something else? The child I spoke with earlier seems to have left his mask here. The ribbon hanging from it. Well, give me the ribbon. Now! I wanted to make a Molotov cocktail and then shout Bortles! Like and subscribe if you got that reference. Hold on. It goes. Here we go. All right, yeah, I had to look up a walkthrough to see that and figure that out. Sue me. Come on. Oh, can I? Ah, that's why it let me walk over here earlier. All right. You gonna cooperate now? Hey, there's a lighthouse. It's almost like the ribbon was guiding me to the lighthouse. Again, ordinarily I would chalk this up to coincidence, but again, considering everything that happens in this game, probably not. Aww, I wanted a Molotov cocktail. Bortles. That might have to be the subtitle for this video. I don't know. All right, let's go to the lighthouse. Oh boy, there is a piece of pixel art, and that's cheerful. What a ghastly custom! The Wicker Man is in the yeah, dude. Have you ever been to? I don't know. Have you ever seen a hanging in London? Maybe they weren't doing hangings at this part, but they were doing hangings for a long while in England. So yeah, a strongly built lighthouse. It looks like it is in very good condition, despite the thousands of storms that it must have withstood. Oh yeah, thousands is probably a low estimate. I mean, this is an island in the middle of England, so yeah. Although England's weather is not as bad as people say it is. At least not in my experience. I've only visited. Maybe I would be miserable after a while. Oh wow. Uh, someone's inside. Maybe I can make some. Oh, I just did that though. Bang. And lights are off. And okay. I was like, please don't be frozen. Please don't be frozen. It sounds like it attracted someone's attention downstairs. It's not burning. Guess that's good. Yes, grizzly old guy. For some reason, I love voicing these types of guys. A drip of water left unchecked has ruined the mantle, collecting into a small pool. This actually reminds me of a lighthouse keeper from the Journey Down, which is also something I'm intending to play at some point. Good evening. Would you happen to be the lighthouse keeper? My name is Wakefield, a stranger. And what would he want from me? I was taking a stroll and I fear I got lost. I understand. After sunset, the hills and Aylesmore can be tricky. We have a saying here. In dusk, all paths change. If you stand at the apex of that hill over there, past the rocks, you will see the lights of the village. Why is the lighthouse lamp not lit? Is it not dangerous for the ships? Do not let it concern you. Many years ago, the sea lanes were altered to avoid this coast. Now it's rare indeed to see a ship in these waters. After the accident, the lighthouse was never repaired. You say you had an accident? What happened? I was checking the lenses because the failure looked so very strange and I was worried. All of a sudden, the light must have turned on. I was blinded and I could see nothing but fleeting shapes ever since. Was there a failure in the lamp's mechanism? Precisely that. One stormy afternoon, I suddenly heard a strong noise up in the light room. The clockwork mechanism had stopped working and the lamp was off. I had never seen a failure like that. I could not get the lighthouse working again. Has nobody else tried to fix the lamp since? No, no one in the village is interested. For them, the more isolated Aylesmore is, the better. They do not care about ships or accidents, especially Lord Donnan. He sees anything coming from the outside of the island as a threat. I understand. Do you know anything about the disappearance of Lord Donnan's son? A tragedy it was. A strange one, but a tragedy nonetheless. What was so strange about Kieran's disappearance? I just find it a bit suspicious that it happened so close to the reunion. It's too easy to be keeping secrets during the festival, being how everyone is afraid of leaving the village those nights. What do you mean? Look, folks here are too gullible. They'll do anything to protect themselves from their strange fears. They'll not eat corn nor drink meat, or they'll dig graves for their mirrors. And of course, they'll avoid standing near a fear not too long because, though the fiends cannot touch the tree, they're attracted to the smell of its resin. But surely it's all nonsense. Look, it's really easy to prove it's all wrong. Just don't follow the rituals. You're a stranger to our ways, but have you seen any of the things I mentioned? Well, I did see a group of people in the village bearing mirrors. Exactly! What do you think would happen if you unburied those mirrors? That a band of goblins would come out of the marshes to steal them? Nothing but nonsense. This guy sounds like my kind of guy, honestly. Again, if it wasn't, like, demonstrably true in this universe, I would totally agree with him. What's of Kieran's disappearance, then? Well, I'll admit I'm not sure what happened to the boy. But one thing I am sure of, this festival of reunion is nothing but a farce. And it'll be just too easy to prove it. Might I go upstairs and see the light room? Even though the lamp is off, I should like to take a view of the surrounding countryside. Well, I do not think you'll see anything, really. If you're so interested, yes, I guess you may. I should go. I should go. Shepherd, Rex. Thank you for the pleasant conversation. I must go. Uh, drip, drop, drip, drop, drip, drip, drop. I think that's from Bambi. I don't know if I've ever actually seen Bambi. Portrait of a bearded ship's captain, done in oils. The varnish has darkened his features considerably. Considerably, oh man. Yes, yes, you already have my version. I do like that they have added that little touch. A thick layer of mist covers the sea out there. I mean, literally, was this before the Journey Down Part 2? Because Journey Down Part 2 literally has you fixing a lighthouse. The clockwork mechanism that caused the lamps reflected to spin. However, I think that something is missing. It could do with some oiling as well. Well, look what I've got. There's a little hole in the tank and the oil is leaking. The mechanism will not work properly unless I fix it. Bortles! Now I can oil the mechanism without worrying about it leaking. Alright, oil up the mechanism. The mechanism has been thoroughly oiled, but something is still missing. Cog? Ha! The cog was the missing piece of the mechanism. It has been replaced and the mechanism has been well oiled. It was easy to wind it and now it is back to life. It's alive! It's alive! Even though the reflective spin mechanism is working, the lamp is still off. Looks like the lighthouse's electric lamp battery slots. Battery is flat. Chain? No. Ring? No. Alright, well, that lighthouse working a bit, so let's see this guy. Cannot be. I never thought I would hear the rhythm of my beloved lighthouse working again. You don't know how grateful I am. For years I've longed to hear those marvelous sounds. Memories of better times. But the light is yet to be lit, I'm afraid. Ah, that battery. Have you got it charged already? I used to have a crank that I would use on it every night, but since the loss of my sight, I've lost track of it. Thank you for the pleasant conversation. I must go. Wait, can I take the battery? Do I have to take the battery? Drop. Seagulls. Machinery. Steps. Perhaps I can find a way to recharge the battery. Alrighty. I'll just take that. And walk down here. And walk out here. And I think it was up here. I think. Huh. You can't have put it. Let's see. It's probably somewhere near the lighthouse. I don't know whether I would love or hate being like a lighthouse keeper. I can definitely see like the appeal of just kind of having solitude and being surrounded by nature and all that. On the other hand, it sounds like it would get miserably lonely after a while. Huh. Ceiling is stained with humidity. Firewood. Well, I can basically see as much as this guy, so I'm having a hard time finding his crank. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. Ha! Fixed it. The ring fits perfectly on the chain. I am sorry to use Brigid's grandmother's ring in such a manner. Still, maybe now I can get the bicycle to work. Yeah, it's ghastly. It's like, you're supposed to hang real people. Only that having been rightfully convicted of a crime, of course. No one has ever had their convictions overturned when new evidence has come out. Look, I'm a political person, okay? And media's political. I'm gonna be political. I'm sorry. And I do not think that the state should be executing people. That is my controversial opinion. The tires are too threadbare. I don't see how I can ride it safely, but at least the chain rotates. What was that sound? It's funny. It's a distant, loud hit. I immediately thought of like a bong hit. Now that the bicycle is fixed, if I attach one of the cogs to the battery's dynamo, I may be able to provide it with a charge. Okay, please tell me we're going to get an animation of him riding this bike. Aww. Come on. I would just love it to be like, pedal! Pedal! I don't know. I think it'd be fun. I don't know what fixing the water wheel did still. What the? The Roman statue lies shattered on the ground. To destroy such an ancient statue. No! Could this really be part of the festival? Oh man. We were learning about futurism in one of my classes. Ultra Rubbers in the modern US. And man, I'm usually for new ideas, but that is some crazy ass shit. Like, that is. I do not understand it. Like, for those of you who don't know, a really simplified version is that it's basically the idea that everything new is inherently better than anything old, and that you have to burn the futurist manifesto literally says like, okay, we gotta burn everything and whatnot. Yeah, so. Okay, I love that the so yeah, I mean you can understand how I would not like that, because I think that new stuff is a good idea, but also that doesn't mean we should destroy all knowledge of the past. Hopefully, the battery has enough charge to keep the lighthouse lit for a few hours. Yeah. So um, I just love that a couple turns of a bicycle provided the battery with enough charge to keep the lighthouse lit. Then again, I guess it is a Victorian lighthouse, so help me to find the mural in the old abbey. Okay, I didn't know that's why I was reactivating the lighthouse. That's good to know. And it's on fire. Who keeps doing this? Ugh. Okay, that actually got to me. This one, not the burning thing. I love that. I like that the lighthouse is on the world map. That's a nice touch. This is the old abbey, right? Yeah, of course it was here. It wasn't. I mean, I didn't even remember where it was, and yeah, I could totally tell that this was the old mural. According to the diary, the light from the lighthouse revealed the eyes of the sentinel. There we go. A pair of evil eyes seemed to glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser gate. The mouth of the sentinel is wide open. So, okay. Um, let's see. Oh, let's see. Okay. Back to the village, the village, the village. Back to the village, village. I'm bad at singing, at singing, at singing. I'm bad at singing, so I'll stop now. Alrighty. They buried a mirror. I'm gonna dig it up because I'm not too sure about this. Pick up the mirror. Pick up the mirror. Come on, Wakefield. Wakefield. Did I have to do something else first? Huh. I'm. Oh. I'm not too sure about this. That's not good. That's spooky. Okay. That's spooky. Man, it's completely shattered. Why would the master plan do this? Because he thinks it'll. Is the same guy still there? Only darkness. I cannot see it. Darkness there and nothing more. Hey! Oh man, I'm getting flashbacks to. Oh, to Night in the Woods. Night in the Woods, the ghost. Spoiler alert, there's a ghost looking thing in it. I'm not going to say whether it's actually a ghost. But yeah. So obviously the thing to do when you see a creepy guy or a creepy person in a mask is to follow them into a room like this. Orange lever. Pull the lever, crunk. Wrong lever! Oh man, I really need to watch that again. I remember it's so funny. It actually holds up pretty well too, from what I remember. Painted man says wooden doll represents an old lady. I'll see the lamp is spinning around. Why don't you say it's old lady size or whatever? I don't know. It's a king. This is unnerving. Why do we have these? Why do dolls exist? What? I can hear something rounding in the dark. I can see a deformed shadow in there, writhing and fidgeting. I can't get any closer. Alright. I did not think that this thing was spooky. But now I do. Okay. Whoa. Something's underneath the mask. Hey. An all iron disc, adorned with spiked circles engraved on it. Alrighty. What is with those creepy doll things? Automatons, puppets, whatever. Also, who's the guy in the mask? Is it Kieran? I don't know. And yeah, I think someone is. What about someone lit a fire on the wicker statue? Toss a coin to your wicker, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty. All right, I'll see myself out. Toss a coin to your wicker, a friend of humanity. There's a timer involved. Great. Secret passage. I love secret passages. The hidden entrance is open. Set on fire. What was that sound? I think you know what it is, but I mean, you're smart, esteemed viewer. I know you know what it is, but I think that Wakefield also knows what it is. Okay, seems pretty normal. Statue of a Madonna, but something's off. I can't tell what though. Oh man, so me and my sisters have been watching Glee, and I haven't seen every episode. I kind of just tune in when I can. But I did watch the episode where it's all Madonna songs, and so now that's all I can think of it while I'm playing this gothic horror game. The tunnel descends deep into the earth. Will I find the Ladson crypt at the bottom or something? Dear God, I'm reeling. Kaufman, my friend, your faith in me was misplaced. I cannot know I will persevere. So I think I'm actually getting to the end. Yeah, the oh man. Um oh no, I'm the end of the episode obviously. We still got 2 more videos to go. Look forward to that, esteemed viewers. I'm just talking to try and ignore the creeping terror. Yeah. Um, uh, Lots of graves covered in ashes. Not quite as old as the others. Is that the child of Kenan? I, I, I think that was his name. I can't fully remember though. um, he could look at a child and guess the size of his coffin. Like and subscribe if you got that reference. Some old pages lie haphazardly on the coffin lid. It is as though they had been dropped here from the upper hill long ago. They bear faint notes written in a trembling hand. Oh, down this unholy burrow in the feared Clonmeaden, our worst nightmares crawl and die. Resting down there are the dauntless, those who dared into the lair of the snake and the bird. I think this is the first time we've heard of the snake. Each of those men and women crossed the path between. They walked through the mist to the other side, where the ultimate truth screams in terror, and then they returned. These are my ancestors. Among the dead stones of the Kronmierin lie the proud legend, reduced to something far worse than dust or ashes. That blasphemy in the coffin be Aunt Mare's true legacy? So this is brigand writing. Brigand. No, I shall not accept this fate for myself. The engraving on the coffin is so badly wrote that the name is barely readable. Mare Legend. So did she kill Aunt Mare? Or is it just... Oh, gee. Oh, no! Geez. Oh, geez. Okay. That's the end, I think. Is it? Hello? Game? Game? Oh. No, I can still move around. Like I said, it uses darkness well. And we'll fight again. Seekers of truth will sacrifice their wisdom. So to open the way to when the Fiannog blooms. Your offspring will welcome its hidden threat. Only the light of your sign will carry its purge. Oh, jeez. Here we go again. Primal fear. Again, I'm just trying to compartmentalize my own primal fear by making fun of or rather commenting on how awesome the line primal fear is. Oh boy. Lots of eyes are watching me. This is not very good. A lot of eyes watching me. I actually just kind of realized that the sprites, I noticed that the sprites, I see you. I noticed that the sprites didn't have any eyes before, but I wonder if that was deliberate, to make them seem blind by comparison. Sea waves and goals. So who was the person from the beginning? Devitt? Boom. Horror effect. Doneness. That was now. We have finally traversed beyond the last door. Alrighty. That was really awesome, esteemed viewers. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Please go and buy this game, and the first game, even if you've already seen it, because there's other choices to make and stuff I missed and all of that. And please, and I really want a season 3, and I will totally play season 3 as soon as it comes out. So, thank you, His Doodliness, for presumably supporting this game. Emiolness. Yeah, thank you too. Red Ruben, thank you. Yeah, be sure to do all the usual YouTube things. Give me a like, give me a comment. Ring the bell if you want to see more videos. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thank you, Cathrard, for your doghouse description. Thank you for the roof description by 051 Ton Kim. Check out Our Boys on HBO. I feel like I'm getting paid for this, but I'm not. Thank you, Michael Cthulhu. I just started watching Arboids recently, and it's good too. I haven't finished it yet, but thank you, Jawski. I don't know how to pronounce that. Jawski, but that sounds like a pitch for Jaws Future. Thank you, Future Kubik. It sounds like a pitch for Jaws 5. Like riding on the Jaws on a jet ski, but he's on a jet ski, you know. To be fair, that's only slightly stupider than the idea for Jaws 4. All right. Anyway, on that totally relevant to Gothic fiction note, thank you for watching, esteemed viewers. I will see you in the next video. Mwahaha.